good morning to you. Well, is it a good morning if you're English? It's JB here. Basically, this video is titled The Morning After the Night Before, and has my mood changed from last night? My answer to that is no. The reason I feel so ashamed that we lost 2-1 to Iceland. I also have to acknowledge the way Iceland played last night. I said it 1,000 times in commentary. I commentated on the game. They were well organised. Yes, they don't have star names. Yes, they don't have the quality that England have got. But what I saw from Iceland, from what I saw commentating on the game last night, and you YouTube viewers that subscribe to me, listen to every game I commentate on, whether it's tournament football or domestic football or European club football, will understand is I commentate with my heart. I also commentate with my heart and my head, and I also have to be impartial. And for what I saw from Iceland yesterday was they wanted it more than England. And anybody out there who still has the capacity to defend Roy Hodgson after a very, very terrible tournament, then you all want to have your head examined, because what I saw from England yesterday was inept. Roy is a dinosaur as a manager. He's 68 years old. He picked the wrong players in the squad. You have to have form players like your Drinkwaters, your Townsends, your Defoes, and your Mark Nobles. Also, he should have taken Ryan Shawcross. He could have done better than Smalling and KO combined yesterday. Fact. Roy only picks his favourites. I never agreed with him on Danny Welbeck's selection. Unfortunately for Welbeck, it was sad they got injured, but I would have not took Welbeck, because Welbeck, he was another one of Roy's favourites, and he's not good enough, in my opinion, to play for England. Yes, I know he's injured. Yes, I know he missed out this time and all that jazz, and it's not been nice to hear anyone get injured. You know, I'm not a biggest fan of Danny Welbeck, but he didn't deserve to get an injury what he did. But that's besides the point. I have been watching England, man and boy, as a fan, mainly, for 30 years almost. I'm 33 years old. I've been watching them for over 25 years. My first tournament was Euro 88, watching it, and we messed up that one. But we came good 2 years later in Italia United. We thought English football would be getting better. It wasn't. We let Bobby Robson go, we brought in Graham Taylor, and it's all gone wrong. Apart from a spell when Terry Venables was manager, and Glenn Hoddle as well. He was probably one of the best England managers we've had as well. And he shouldn't have been let go off. I know there was comments made about disabled people at the time, but the FA made a big boob and he didn't go. We tried Spen, that didn't work. We tried Keegan, that didn't work. We tried the Wally with the Broly, he obviously didn't work. I'm referring to Steve McLaren there. And we tried Capello, good in qualifiers, not good in the World Cup, resigned a year later. Roy Hodgson comes in. He's had 3 tournaments. He's had 3 chances to make his mark as England manager. He's failed every time. Dismal in Euro 2012. Even more dismal in 2014 in the World Cup. And this tournament, he has been a total utter shambles! Really, he has. The manager joke. He's worse than Graham Taylor. He's probably not as worse as Don Revie, who in the 70s failed to get England to European Championships and the 1978 World Cup. So in my opinion, he's not the worst England manager. Don Revie's understandably the worst, and Steve McLaren's second worst. I think Roy Hodgson, now when you think about it objectively, was worse than Graham Taylor. And Graham Taylor had a turnip popped on his head after losing to Sweden in 1992. Speaks volumes, doesn't it, folks? Anyway, let's gauge some reaction from former players and pundits alike. In a moment or two, we're going to hear from Mark Saggers and Stan Collymore, who reacted after the defeat on TalkSport. But first of all, let's hear what Alan Shearer had to say on BBC last night. And it's scathing criticism, believe you and me.
Well, that was the worst performance I've ever seen from an England team, ever, from start to finish from the game. We were outfought, we were outthought, we were outbattled, and we were totally hopeless for 90 minutes. And I said after the three group games that I didn't think England were good enough. And I argued with you and Danny and Dean the other night, and I didn't see enough in those performances either. I think it looked to me as if Roy was making it up as he was going along. He didn't have a system, he didn't know his best players.
Tactically inept?
Tactically inept. We had players in the squad who didn't deserve to be in the squad. How on earth can he pick Jack Wilshere? Hasn't started a game, or hasn't played 90 minutes for over a year, played 141 minutes in a season. How on earth can he be deemed fit enough or good enough to come in and represent England? And he brought him on at half-time to try and save the game after taking him off after 50 minutes the other day because he wasn't good enough. Raheem Sterling, he's put his neck on the line for him. He hasn't performed, hasn't been playing for his team. So we can go on and on. Harry Kane on corners in the first game. I mean, the list is endless, Gary. It's from start to finish. I think it has been pretty hopeless.
Indeed. I can't agree with you more, Alan Shearer. I mean, I don't normally agree with Alan Shearer on a lot of things, but I'm afraid it's just you can't but argue with him. And on TalkSport, Mark Saggers and Stan Collymore, respected journalists themselves and pundits in their own right as well, because Stan Collymore speaks a lot of sense on talk radio, on TalkSport. He really does. This is what they had to say after the performance last night, and prepare for some fireworks. And if you thought my rants were bad, you just listen to Mark Saggers. He speaks from the heart and his head.
Yeah, deflected wide for a corner. We've had all the excuses, and it's never, ever changed. You, Ray Lewington, Gary Neville, pack your bags. Wayne Rooney, we've had enough of you too. You've never delivered on the highest, the most important stage. Some of these other youngsters will have to come again, but my word, how far short did England fall? And you know what? The whole of this tournament will be quite happy that England's going home, because our reputation on and off the field is as low as it gets right now. The players might have sunk to their knees, the likes of Sturridge probably crying his eyes out. You want to feel like we do watching you playing for England week in, week out. Raheem Sterling and Daniel Sturridge. Be easy on him, said Sturridge about Sterling. He'll come good, he'll come right. Don't you in the media blame him, it's not his fault. England collectively as a squad were a disgrace. They have been, yet again, not only a side that has shortchanged the good fans. You can hear what those fans think. It's all right, you wanted to put your hands up, Kyle Walker, and applaud them. They're answering you with "you're not fit to wear the shirt." That's what they think of this England side, and I'm not surprised. And you have your opportunity to tell Stan Collymore that. Call Collymore 08717 223344. I don't know what on earth Roy Hodgson says tonight. You might as well not say anything, Roy, because your team have spoken for you. We were a shambles coming into this tournament. We were a shambles during it. We hadn't got a clue who should be playing where. We hadn't a clue what formation. You hadn't a clue who you should be picking. You hadn't a clue who was to be left out. It was absolutely, start to finish, an absolute load of rubbish. Stan Collymore.
Saggers, you stole my thunder, but I'll do my best with the nation. 08717223344. As we see the Icelandic fans celebrate national pride, a very good team, very disciplined, well organised, and they can play on the break. And we see this absolute shambles. Champions League winners, 300 grand a week. You have to step up to the plate and want to have a stomach for the fight before you can start prancing around a pitch and beating a team that have more spirit in their little finger than some of those England players.
Time, Stan.
Roy Hodgson out now.
What?
He's got to go
gone.
now.
It's
and
gone.
let's not
It's
say
gone.
Gary Neville
I don't even want to hear
Ray
him speak.
Lewington and Gareth Southgate
Out.
out.
I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to hear any more of the excuses. I want Martin Glenn to go down there, shake Roy Hodgson's hand and say, pack your bags, you're on your way. Man of the match.
Now, if you thought my rant was bad, Mark Saggers hit the nail spot on. 4 years of absolute bullshit, rubbish, excuses. How on earth can you defend a man who has been paid £6 goddamn million to manage this so-called crop of talented English players, right? And he gets it. He doesn't know what his best side is. He picks unfit players for each and every tournament. Each and every tournament. He doesn't pick form players. He doesn't know what his best system is. We're all saying before the start, 4-4-2, Diamond, Rooney at the tip, Dyer in the bloody holding midfielder role, and Vardy and Kane up front. The whole nation was telling Roy Hodgson to do it. And did he listen to what the English fans wanted? No, of course he didn't. Of course he didn't. Because he's too stuck damn in his own ways to listen to what the fans want and what England supporters crave from their team. Malcolm Ellison once said, the England team is not run by him, by any managers or the FA. It's run by the public. You and I. The public. He got paid £6 million to make poor decisions. And to be honest with you, I am so happy that he's been sacked. Happy. And Ray Lewington and Gary Neville. Gary Neville 12 months ago talked the talk on Sky. He went to Valencia. It didn't ever work out for him there. He got found out. He's been part of the coaching setup with England during this shambles of a tournament. 2012, not good enough. 2014, almost certainly not good enough. Going on without winning one single game. Losing to Italy and deservedly to Italy and Uruguay in a 70% Luis Suarez. And drawing and not even beating Costa Rica. And this tournament, 2 draws against teams that we should have won in Russia and Slovakia. We only beat Wales in the last seconds, and we lose to Iceland in the most disappointing display I've ever seen from England. But let's give credit to Iceland. They were fantastic. You can't detract from them. They fully deserved it, and they deserve to have a crack at France. And do you know what? If they play like they did last night against the French will have a tough ride. You believe, you and me. And I'm looking forward to commentating on that quarter-final. I think the tournament is better off without our lot in it, because quite frankly, we were a shambles, we were a mess, and I tell you what, whoever comes in the next manager, whether it's Gareth Southgate, Eddie Howe, there are people calling for Harry Redknapp, we should get somebody that has to break the mould, smash the mould of the FA, and sort it all out from the youth upwards. And as you can tell, I'm still not happy. I'm still angry, because this result will take not just months but years to get over. If you've liked the video, please leave a like. If you haven't subscribed, please do. My Twitter address is at Stutzy83. We'll look forward to commentating further on the Euros. Until then, I'll see you later.